Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. We'll play a song for you. Hey, got the guitar. Guitar land. No, we're not doing that song. The song we're doing is this one. This is Christmas 2023. You'd think that by now we'd have world peace. Instead we have war, hatred, poverty, pestilence and greed. Everything nasty. This is Christmas 2023. You think that by now we'd have achieved world peace. Yes, please give me world peace. That's all I ask. World peace. It's all we ever wanted. And we got something to say about that. These people that they make the war for whose land is whose. And you know what? It belonged to everybody in the beginning. It's how it started. That's the real fact of the matter. Over there, the Middle East, it's the same. Since the Canaanites and Abelites have been fighting over, who's better, whose God is who, and whose land is who, and all that. And, it is idiocy. It is absolute idiocy, including See, to me, you got to understand, the whole man's economy situation is idiocy. His highest wisdom. Yeah, there is a better way. It's called gifting economy. You just give away what you do. And if you grow stuff, you give it away. If you make music, you give it away. If you make guitars, you give them away. See? Just like that. If you got a great building material, you give it away. Because people are giving you can give it away because people are giving you stuff. See? Understand that? When you start treating everybody like brothers, if you start treating everybody like, you have to understand, every living creature is your brother and your sister. And it goes way back to every living thing has its roots in the smallest little microbes. Okay? It's how it began. I'd like to call it creation by evolution. How about that one? Is that okay? That's just that's the way that the things work. Okay? And science figured it out, trying to disprove their creator, and ultimately, if there's ever an experiment device that could prove the creation or disprove the creation, but it can't be proven or disproven as to say that an entity did it. However, you can look at all the science that's been uncovered and how delicately these things are put together, and how balanced things are, like how like the centripetal and centrifugal forces match Earth's gravity. And just think about that one. And we're here on Earth. We require 9.8 newtons per kilogram of accelerated force. Basically, yeah, it's accelerated. Yeah, and, space-time, the strings or whatever the heck they are, tiny little hands vibrating all together. This Casimir force, you can read a paper about it, pushing everything together like that, causing gravity. And yeah, as it pushes together, well, because of the proximity, falls off by the square, the negative square of each doubling distance or whatever. So anyway, so got a tuner down here. Got the key. There it is. Now, we got to write a paper about this one and submit it through our psychologist. Well, it's actually our psychiatrist, the one who prescribes us our Geodon, the Prazodone, whatever. We get the generic he prescribes it as Geodon, and the pharmacy gives us the Prazodone. Geodon is in white and blue. It's a Prazodone is white and off blue, purpley blue. Anyway. We've been off of it for a while because of a payment situation involving our insurance. We're supposed to have it. We know why. You know what? And see, all our life we've been always been that way until we were on the Prazodone or Geodon for a long time, and it took its effect, and our sense of pitch got good, perfect. Where I could go, I could tune it and hit it on the keyboard and it would be the same, hit it here, off my ear. But guess what? It's been now, only took, it's been, How long? Since my birthday, because we went off. Took my last one on my birthday and called them. I should have called them the day before, and I still have some. See, should have went and picked it up the day before, but no. This insurance said no. We need your Medicare Part A and B. Stupid, complicated, blah 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 stuff. Why they gotta complicate it so much? Because why? It's because of MONEY, money. It's all about money. Money. How's that song go? Anyway, there's been a lot of songs you've written about money. So the thing is that here's what we figured out: is it's a condition. It's a condition of tone memory, which is related to a kind of tone deafness. So I can find the tone now. I can still find the pitch. But I have to search it. And I have to hear it and search it now, see? Where before, I had it here already, see? And the point I'm driving at is I think we believe we've derived a belief, a postulation that needs to be tested. We need to write the paper, and it needs to be peer-reviewed, and there needs to be studies done. We believe that we've always had our psychosis because even at an early age, while I was sitting, my mama knew I wouldn't fall off a piano bench when I was a baby, right? Not too long after I was born, before I was 9 months, because we remember, when we came in, I don't want to be here, blah, blah, I don't want to go, blah, 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 well, you got to be here, and blah, blah, there's things you got to do, blah, 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 blah. It's like, you don't want to be a man, blah, 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 well, you don't have to be a man, all a man, but you got to be as a man. So, what do you mean, I can switch? So, yeah, so here I'm as here we are as a hermaphrodite. It's been 65 years ago, when I turned 65, see, and I should have done it, but anyway, so, we always had that condition until we had the medicine, and we didn't notice that the condition had gone away until we had gotten off the medicine right after COVID, because, there was a supply of Ziprasidone failure. And there was no Ziprasidone, and they switched it to Diodon, and then Medicaid didn't want to pay for it. And I had to get Dr. Coma, it's my psychiatrist, to make a special notice, to call the pharmacy or whatever and tell them that there was absolutely needed the medicine. And, we do. We do. We know we need it after being on it. The thing is that before being on it and before being fixed by it, before having its effectivity, you know what I mean? Before having it function see what I mean? I need it bad. We need it really bad. So we're waiting on a phone call from the other A and B place, the Medicaid place. He said 2 weeks, and it's been 2 weeks, so we're going to have to call them. We're going to have to call back and say, hey, what's up? Right? Say, hey, what's up? So, anyway. And so this is Christmas 2023. You'd think that by now we'd have world peace. Instead we have war, pestilence, and greed. We still have poverty Did you hear that? That was a notification from Facebook. What needs to happen in our apps, all these apps need to be updated and fixed so that it suppresses notifications from Facebook and all the other apps while you're making a video, live feed, or otherwise, so it doesn't come through, so it doesn't come into your video or live feed. You don't have that noise in there, you don't have the disruption, the interruption, nothing. While you're while you're outputting video, or recording video, or recording audio. Okay? Now there's the call. Everything else is great. You know, the early days, you know, back in the Comdex days and back in the CES days and the NAB days and all those days when we were attending those conventions and we interfaced with all the people that ultimately led to all this. And we have these phones, these multi-devices. They can interface with the internet. Where the internet can do all that stuff for everybody. It's there for everybody instead of just scientists sharing just data through just a 24K modem. That's all it was in the beginning. But it became all this that we have now, and it's everything we dreamed of. And I just want everybody to know that we love them, but there's still a lot of kinks. And we didn't expect people going, phone dead, phone brain dead, or whatever you call it. I don't know what they call the syndrome. Didn't expect that syndrome. Did we? Didn't expect that syndrome, did we? No, we didn't expect that at all. But, you know, we did it. And it's here, and we love it. And we're able to communicate now to the world directly. Okay, so here we are communicating to the world. I'm Ronnie James. That's my stage name, if you will. It's just easy to remember. Okay, all right. My birth name is something else, but oh well. See, back from where we start, myself and I start from the beginning to beginnings. You know, there are no names, and there were no languages, and there were no words, and there was no gravity, no time. Time began as gravity began because time is established by the vibration of space-time, or what they call quantum vacuum vibration. You know, Higgs call it a Higgs field, and Einstein call it an ether, and you know, a fabric of time, fabric of space, and I call it an ocean of strings or whatever the hell. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You know, so small. And I contend that it's sub-Planck. You know, you take Planck lengths and you cube that. You know, negative 10 to the 32nd or whatever the hell it is. And you cube that, then you end up with probably what you have is the size of these little strings that are left over after we shook it all up and said, let's get away from this infinite loneliness and infinite boredom that is infinitely abominating. So we have to move away from this infinitely terrible situation, which is really horrible. So we're going to move away from it and from the stagnation and establish thereof the cardinal sin, which is being stagnant. And then everything else happens from there. You can choose right or wrong after that. But at least you're living. You're alive if you're moving. See what I'm saying? When you stop moving, you start dying. And this is the formula of it all. And once you get to that and understand that it's still always, you know, energy or life force or whatever it is, the vibrations, blah, 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 times mass times velocity squared over resistance. You understand it's still E equals mc squared. E equals mass times velocity squared over resistance. And resistance of the space-time is the resistance of the stuff that's left over, which is ringing it's a ring modulation from the bubble that is our universe this universe has it kablowing, or this particular bubble. when it started its rapid expansion, which you could call an explosion also, because you have people arguing over vernacular. But it's all the same thing, just like the God thing. There's one root of all of existence, only one. And everybody that ever worshiped any God, well, this steps in, you're worshiping that one because there is only one. See? In case you didn't know, we were friends with Stephen Hawking. I mean, we're the one who brought up the question when we took a bus ride. We brought up the question of the G-O-D. You know, gatherer, organizer, doer, if you will. Grand operator, doing stuff. Goobers out there doing stuff. Yeah, I call them goobers. It's an affectionate, loving name we have for them on the other side. Okay? In the other dimensions, if you will, you want to bring it into some physics of discussion, you know, bring it into some relevancy using which the other dimensions, well, they're not connected to the physical. You see, the only way we have on the other side to have any sense of touch or be able to communicate in any words at all, really, you know, is through the physical, the solid, which was manifested. So here's the postulation there, see. I'm just going to tell you, that's really how it is all the tiny little stringly things that are left, which makes up space-time of the ether right now, or the Higgs field, or whatever name you want to give it. Okay, just like the books man wrote, and every name that man gave it, whatever of that realm, we're trying to describe that realm in this realm. Okay? The longer strings stayed tangled. They're the ones that make up the protons and other bosons that have to accelerate an accelerator, you know. Kapow. Oh, I did it the wrong way. I could have been near the mic. Okay, anyway, so I'm using this Dolby On app, by the way, for live streaming. It's supposed to have excellent audio. Currently, though, I got you vertical next to my right speaker of my monitor system here. And I think you can hear pretty good, but you don't get my stereo. But I'm not in stereo anyway because I'm just plugged in the cord that I plug the bass guitar into usually because the other cord I was using crapped out on me and I got to do soldering, and we haven't done soldering yet. We got to set up a soldering area. There's some other stuff we got to solder. So I've been stacking up the soldering project. Power chords. Get down. All right. So anyway, the Christmas song. John Lennon, right? Here, I got something here. And, oh no. Let's try to update somewhere that's not going to have it. We'll just close it. It's updating, trying to get information that isn't there. By the way, just to let you know, according to the Duke calendar, you know, when you open up my channel, you see that thing start up, starts on B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, and then it goes to B. goes to C, C, then it goes to D flat and D flat, E, F, G flat, G, A flat, A, B flat, C, D, yeah, B flat. Should have ended there. Anyway, it starts with B flat. Okay, so it goes around a chromatic octave. What you call it, 12th? If it's chromatic, what would you call it? Okay, so it's just chromatic scale. Okay, so anyway, we never had a fancy name for the chromatic scale to measure it off by how it falls in octaves in the major scale or the minor scales. The 7-note scales. There's 8 notes to the interval if you start from the beginning to the end, so end up on the same note, and then we do it twice as 15. Anyway, if you do it mathematically, multiply, so this is base 7 scale, and 8 works like a 0. Okay, the 1 and the 8 work like a 0. So it's a base 7 math. That's music. So anyway, so by that Juke calendar, by the way, this was the beginning of the month. Let's see why. You got to understand how that thing was built. See, the key of C. Okay. It happens to line up with August because August is 31 days along. So if you do it this way, where August is 31 days long, right? September's 30 days long, right? October, 31 days long. November is 30 days long, and the month we're in right now is 31 days long. And then next month is 31 days long. And the month after that is 28 or 29. And the month after that is 31. And the month after that is 30. And the month after that is 31. And then 30. Then 31. And 31. See? And you have the chromatic scale. All you have to do to know music theory is learn the names of the things you already know. Same thing with understanding the root creator, all of existence, the creator of all of existence, who said that I am, but I am not, for we are lonely and bored, and infinitely lonely and infinitely bored, infinitely. As a singularity in consciousness, we're not even a we, we're an I. And then the root I am that I am, gave up to the divisor, the division, gave up to divide among, but infinitely divided by self. Divide infinite. God, I need some water. Say ah. Nice. Water on hand with a squirt bottle. I don't know if those are food safe or not. It sure was nice to have it convenient. Anyway, so now. So the root of all existence, infinitely lonely, infinitely bored, moved away from that infinitely all things, and moved from that to have infinitely all souls, or every living thing. We're about to shut down here. I need to change my, hold on a minute. Okay, so see what I'm saying is, and then every soul was able to become from that, every soul that lived, every